Hi, my name is Adeline and I'm a co-founder of Saturday Kids and Fab Cafe Singapore. So Saturday Kids started in 2012. We started as a programming school for kids to be able to learn how to create and invent things with code. We were using Scratch at the moment, which is a programming environment and language designed by MIT Media Lab by the Lifelong Kindergarten Group. And it's essentially like a drag and drop programming language that you can use to create animations, games, music projects, stories, quizzes. There's lots of interesting things. And now I think Scratch has got a huge community worldwide, up to a few million users on it, and I know a lot of adults who use it as well. So Saturday Kids was teaching coding to kids for about 1 year or so, and then we decided to introduce new tools. We bought our own 3D printer and we had an industrial designer teach 3D modeling to the kids. And along the way, I think it sort of evolved into its own wonderful creature. What was difficult about building Saturday Kids? There's a lot of things actually. I think when I came on board Saturday Kids, we had one set of curriculum for Scratch and 2 teachers, both part-time freelancers. A lot of it was figuring out what do we want to do? Where can we take this tool that we have called Scratch and teach it in ways that kids can feel like they're having fun and feel like they can do more. The other set of difficulties were around building of systems behind the customer-facing side. So for example, we were using Eventbrite to host our tickets. But that's a good thing. But beyond just that, we were looking at how to grow the teachers' team, how to build a set of curriculum libraries so that the teachers will be able to take it and run it in the class, how do you actually grow a community of teachers so that we have a strong set of values and culture that we can say this is a Saturday Kids teacher, this is a Saturday Kids class, and at the end of the day, we want kids to feel like we want kids to go home and tell their parents, wow, that Saturday Kids class was awesome. And I still want it to be that way. I think keeping a quality consistent is one of the more difficult parts of, this offline, non-digital business. And the other things that were also quite tricky were getting partners on board, getting clients to believe in what we do, especially in the early stages where we were still starting out. It was 2012 and no one actually believed that coding was the future. Only a few people in Silicon Valley were doing what they do and keeping their heads down. But the rest of the world, when you talk about coding, no one actually thinks that kids should actually be doing it. So even a couple of my friends were asking me, are you sure you want to do this? Like, why don't you come and join the art world? I think convincing parents was actually the toughest part, especially in a place like Singapore. A lot of teachers, parents, and even children feel that getting the academic subjects grades up is the main priority. That is the bulk of most Singaporeans' childhood. And so something like coding was actually quite difficult to place in parents' minds. It was not dancing or ballet or piano where you could actually say like, I have got good aesthetics because I went to ballet class or because I went to art class. You can't also place it amongst like tuition academic subjects like math and science. So it was somewhere in the middle, and finding that niche for us to be able to say, this is why it's important for your child's future was something quite difficult. I think there's a couple of reasons. I would say initially, it was parents who were more involved in the tech and design field or engineering fields who were like, I want my child to have something similar to what I have and also understand the world around me. I think coding is another type of literacy. There's so many different things that's going on now in 2017 Things like VR, AR, like how do you conceptualize things in 3D space? That's also another type of literacy. I was just looking at a video of like SIGGRAPH showing off its tools. Things like understanding how light bounces off hair and fur, understanding how materials react when they collide. Like, I think there's so many more interesting nodes and interesting intersections in the 21st century that almost anything when paired together with technology can be a form of literacy. But I think fundamentally, like, getting your basics right is the first step.